Hey everybody, welcome to the HitmonChannel. We're your tour guides, Noah,
And Jacob.
and we're back for more SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, because Jacob wants me to play to a point where I'm comfortable turning off my PS2. That was the reason.
Because I am uncomfortable leaving his PS2 on for so long. He's fine with it.
Even though I told him specifically, I left this bad boy on for weeks, just stuck literally like so the way you in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 you have to buy the unlockable characters.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, we're here. Okay. This way to the core. No, that's not what I want, right? Oh, wait. Okay. It's been 2 days, I think, but
Yeah, 2 days.
Yeah, I'm completely lost now. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just went the wrong way. So now we have to sit through another 4 loading. What the okay. Okay, I get it. Wait. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, yeah. This is where I want to go for... Okay. So, yeah, the way... Yeah, so you have to buy the unlockable characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with an in-game currency, with basically, well, with points that you earn by playing the game. And you can earn points in any mode, but of course you have to be continuously playing, quote-unquote. But the trick is, if you leave it on training mode, there's no way for you to lose in training mode, so you will be continuously playing.
Ah.
So I would just leave... I would just leave the game on in training mode overnight, so that I could... And then, like, in the morning, before I would literally, like, do this before I went to school. So this would have been, like... Must have been... Well, because... It must have been senior year, because I wouldn't have done the Marvel vs... Because I know... Because Jim was in the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 tournament, and I didn't meet him until junior year. And I wouldn't have done the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 tournament if I had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at the time. So it had to have been senior year.
That sounds right.
And, when I did this, anyway. So, yeah, I would literally... oh god, I gotta lure this snail away from the doubloon so I can collect it. Also, I would like to point out something about this game. On the back of the box, one of the selling points is facing off against the Flying Dutchman's ghost pirates.
And we haven't encountered none of those.
From what I gather, you don't actually fight them until the last level. So, yeah, there's something. So yeah, I would literally, like, leave, like, before I would go to bed, I would turn on... Or maybe I didn't leave it on continuously. Maybe I just left it on overnight each night. Well, I don't know. No, I feel like I left it on over the day to earn more points in training mode too. But yeah, I would just leave the PS2 on training mode, both while I was sleeping and while I was at school, and would just do this to get a bunch of points and then unlock as many characters as I can. And the other interesting thing is you don't get to choose what characters you unlock. It's like a like daily. It's like a day-by-day system, which is really advanced for the time.
Wow, that's weird.
You, like, it'll give you, like, I think 2 or 3 random characters you can unlock. And once you unlock those 3, you have to wait until the next day to unlock more. And it would be the same for character art as well, because you could unlock character art as well, and probably some other stuff in there that I'm forgetting about. But yeah, so you had to wait until the next day to unlock more characters, which is, I mean, it's an interesting system for sure.
Yeah, it is interesting, but it feels just weird for that era.
Yeah. It took me for goddamn ever to unlock Morrigan, though, and she was the character I really wanted because she was one of my mains in the original.
Huh?
But it took me forever to finally get Morrigan. Luckily Spider-Man was included from the beginning. And I believe, no, Jill Valentine was also unlockable. Because Jill Valentine became one of my mains in the game. Yeah, it was like, I would basically, like, there are 4 characters, so you get to play as 3 characters in a match in Marvel vs. Capcom 2,
yeah.
And I had 4 characters that I mained, so I would just rotate through them, essentially. Those characters being Spider-Man, Morrigan, Jill Valentine, and Thanos. So, interesting combo. I have no idea where... Did I just go backwards? Did I go... Ah, whatever. There's jellyfish and coins to collect, so I'll just make do. Ooh. There. Okay.
Well, remember, you can check your to-do list to see if there's any specific tasks that you need to be doing right now.
Win the jellyfishing competition. Herd the snails into the corral, which I couldn't figure out how to do last time. Foot race with Patrick. Haven't seen him yet. On the prow of the ship, haven't seen a ship yet. Pearl switching puzzle, not sure. Clam jumping, there's clams all over the place, but I don't know.
Well, we're in the clam area, so I have to imagine this would be, that would be here.
Ride
somewhere.
the great white jellyfish. Did we see, oh, hang on, that might have been in the area I just was. Into the hills, whatever that means. Collect 225 doubloons, working on it. Find Dutchman's treasure, self-explanatory. Bring 100 jellyfish to Rusty, again, working on that. So.
Oh, okay. Seeing the game total thing makes you realize, okay, that must be across all areas, not just here. Oh, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yes, it does. Ah, man. This... You know, I don't know why, but this spiral-shaped mountain is reminding me of a better Collectathon. I can't put my finger on it, but... Oh, man. Oh, man. I hope there aren't too many people that'll give me shit for shitting on this game. Well, because, I mean, it's gotten bad reviews compared to most SpongeBob games, so I feel like not many people are going to give me crap for it. Hell, Liam had never even heard of this game when I was telling him about it on stream. Oh. Okay. I have to do my big jump there. Ooh, gold! Nope, I forgot. Oh, I only have 1 pants left.
Ooh.
And I don't know where other pants is. What's this, blue pants? What's this, blue pants? What's this, blue pants? Why can't I pick up the blue pants? I can pick up the gold pants, but I can't pick up the blue pants. And don't even get me started on the purple pants. You know what I'm referencing?
Not specifically.
It's JonTron's Aquaman Battle for Atlantis.
Ah, it was from Aquaman. Okay, it was Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was JonTron, but I couldn't remember from what.
Yeah. Well, because it's not actually pants, it's A's for Atlantis. Or Aquaman. Who knows? Probably Atlantis, but who knows? Oh, that was weird. Why did I do that? Alright. Where do I start on this? I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to start on this. I mean, this is just straight up Spiral Mountain with more difficult platforming, is it not? Like... What? Oh! Use the pearl to open a chest? What?
Oh, this must be that pearl puzzle then.
It said pearl switching puzzle. Oh, are we pulling Indiana Jones?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
You need to find a chest somewhere.
I see there's a chest on top of this Spiral Mountain.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it, and you can see it in the distance. Oh, no. Big jellyfish. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I gotta be real careful here. Yeah. Alright. Oh!
Or we're just bringing it to other... Okay, then.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, now you jump on the jellyfish to get over there. Ooh,
Oh! Oh!
Oh, no.
Oh! Oh, God. Oh! I ain't sensing a pattern with these guys. I'm just gonna leap of faith at... Oh! And...
Well, it worked.
It worked, and
Technically,
then
it worked.
I slipped. Oh, God. Okay. And I'm just checking to make sure there's not another way up this mountain. There is in fact not. Wow. Oh, God, what? Okay. Little baby hermit crabs, I guess. Which raises more questions than it answers, but... Oh, speaking of raising more questions than it answers, I never did my Terminator rant. Because I was too distracted by this game's quality.
No, I remember to talk about the Terminator.
The Terminator is my Ender's Game, except for a wildly different reason. Yeah, I might as well just talk about it now, because what else is there to talk about? Other than the fact that I just saw Silence of the Lambs, which is a really good movie, that, crossed off... Oh. Welp. Alright. This is going to take a while, I can tell. So for those who don't listen to the podcast, and I only mentioned it, like, once on the podcast, well, actually twice, because I mentioned it in the most recent episode, which will have gone up by this point. For my birthday or Christmas, it was my birthday. No, it was Christmas. Well, they're 10 days apart, who cares? For either birthday or Christmas, my sister, who knows that I am way more into film than her, she got me this poster that's like a scratch-off thing, but it's like 100 movie. It's the 100 movies bucket list, and on the poster are 100 movies that are like must-see movies. Oh God, I almost slipped off the mountain.
Can you tilt the camera so you can actually see what the jellyfish are at all, or is it just horizontal movement?
No. I can't move it up and down. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh. God.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
I
just
gotta
wait for it to go back.
Yeah. Which might take a while. Anyway, so I've got this. Yeah, it's 100 must-see movies, and you like each time you see a movie, you like scratch the silver thing off with a coin, and it's got a little image to represent the movie. So like for, hey,
Yay!
oh what?
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Do I have to go back and get the other pearl?
Oh no!
Are you fucking? Great.
Well, okay, there were doubloons around the mountain you couldn't reach, so I'd recommend just going down and grabbing those.
Fair enough. So yeah. But yeah. So each time you cross a movie off, you watch a movie, you scratch it off, and you get to see a little image that somehow represents the movie. So like for example, for Blade Runner, they've got the origami unicorn. Which only makes sense if you've seen the movie.
Not even just the movie, the director's cut. If you wanted to actually make sense.
Well, it is in the original, but yeah, it only actually makes sense within the director's cut. Well, some of the cut. I mean, there's like 5.
One of the director's cuts.
There's 5 fucking cuts of that movie.
Fun fact: the first director's cut wasn't technically a director's cut.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so so I've been, making an effort to see as many of these movies as possible, many of which I've crossed off thanks to, film classes I've taken, a couple of which I've, crossed off, for the playlist, or not, the podcast itself, and some I've just crossed off, like, just because I need a movie to watch, and wow, this is not the right mountain. This is definitely not the right mountain.
Yeah, this was the first mountain. Also,
okay.
wait, the first pearl was on the picnic thing, right?
Yes.
Does that imply someone was either eating with the pearl or eating the pearl?
I mean, I just watched Silence of the Lambs, so anything is possible as far as eating. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti. Such a good line.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I grab the pearl? Oh, alright. Just making sure. For a second. See, my first assumption... Oh, okay. See, my first assumption was not to grab the pearl I'd put in. Considering it's pearl switching, I figured, oh, I just gotta put the pearl in and leave it.
Yeah.
But, alright.
Otherwise, I suppose he would have had to go back for it either way.
Yeah. Yeah. But, anyway, ooh. God, these jellyfish getting all close to the screen and the camera clipping through them is really, not helping this game's case. I get that it's early PS2, but Jesus, those jellyfish look PS1. Yeah, at times. So yeah, I've watched a lot of these movies. Again, Silence of the Lambs, at the time we're recording this, is the most recent one I've crossed off the list. Well, alright. And I died! Good. Actual death. Nice. Oh, and now I have to... Did the pearl... Oh, good, the pearl's on the ground.
Okay. That's
well,
nice.
no, that's actually worse, because if it respawned to where it was, that would have actually saved me time. Because...
Well, technically, that would have... Technically, wouldn't that have respawned back to the original pearl location?
Yeah, fair enough. If it responded to that part, then I'd just be furious. But, like... Yeah. Anyway, at least I have full health again, and there's, I guess, really no other consequence to dying. So anyway, oh, wow, yeah, held forward a little too much there. Alright, so, yeah, but before Silence of the Lambs, the most recent film I had crossed off the, bucket list was actually, The Terminator, which I had watched, I think, the night before we recorded the first episodes of this. And boy, howdy, do I have thoughts on that movie. Silence of the Lambs, by the way, phenomenal movie. It recently added to Netflix. If you haven't seen it, okay, I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. If you are super squeamish, don't watch it, because there are some disturbing things in that movie. One of the main characters is a convicted cannibal. But, no, it's very, very good, very, very compelling thriller. I should not have jumped. I should have waited. So, anyway, but The Terminator, on the other hand, you know, often regarded as one of the greatest sci-fi films by some, and it's, you know, it's clear that a lot of people like it. It actually has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is fueling my fire a little more, because holy shit, I do not like... Now, okay. The argument you can make for this movie is one I have made for The Rise of Skywalker, being that if you turn your brain off and just enjoy it, it's not as bad. And I'm sure many people go into it with that mindset, but, you know, given that this is a film that is like... I mean, this person specifically chose 100 must-see films, you know, including the likes of Silence of the Lambs and The Shawshank Redemption, which I also saw relatively recently. And so when you're like when someone puts you in the same group as those movies, it is a movie that I, as a film minor, want to think about. And then when you do that with The Terminator, it all kind of falls apart. So for those who have not seen The Terminator, first of all, major spoilers for The Terminator ahead. If you want to watch it without being spoiled, it's currently available on, at the time I'm recording this at least, it is currently available on Amazon Prime and Tubi. Tubi you don't need a subscription service for, but it's also leaving Tubi soon, so get on that while you have the chance. In fact, it might be gone by the time this goes up, unfortunately. Hey, I did it.
Hey.
I hope that's the end. Oh, good.
Alright, sweet.
Oh, wow, SpongeBob was walking weird on that treasure chest. I mean, yeah, you don't normally walk on treasure chest lids, but still. Anyway. But for those who have not seen The Terminator and don't care about spoilers, essentially the plot is, it takes place in the 80s. Well, it starts, technically, in 2029, which is really weird to think about the fact that we are 9 years away from the Terminator's future. That's really weird to think about.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Although not as weird to think about the fact that Blade Runner takes place in 2019, but that's besides the point. Although the funniest part of like incorrectness of predicting the future in that movie is not the fact that we don't have replicants, it's the fact that in that movie there are advertisements for Atari everywhere. Okay. That jellyfish killed me because I guess I wasn't supposed. But these are the jellyfish that have continuously jumped. I guess I didn't quite jump on it right? Oh, no, I guess... Okay. It just... Oh, I bet I have to sneak up on it and then jump.
Ah, that makes sense. I think.
Or not? Nope. Didn't have to sneak up.
Okay, I guess it just was weird.
Oh, wait. Okay, well... Okay, go... Guess we'll go back to the coral.
Corral. Okay, if it's the area with the snails, I'm guessing it's supposed to be corral.
You know, good point, and they're 2 R's. But you can
also
understand
puns.
my confusion because we are playing a SpongeBob game.
Yeah, I think part of the decision may have been to be punny.
Yeah. Quite possibly. Anyway. So, 2029, Skynet has taken over, and, there are Terminators going about killing humans. And there is a human resistance led by one John Connor. Skynet sends, the T-800 model of Terminator back to 1980... I think it's 1983? Whatever year the movie came out, is the year that it goes back to. I think it's 83. It could be 84, I'm not sure. Early 80s. On a mission to kill Sarah Connor, who is going to give birth to John Connor, but hasn't conceived him yet. So they send a Terminator back in time to kill Sarah Connor before she gives birth to John Connor. Okay, so far so good, makes sense. But then John Connor sends a man back in time to... Oh wait, Jacob, have you seen the Terminator?
I know the plot of Terminator.
Okay. So I'm not going to be spoiling anything for you. I just want to make sure that... Because I am going to be spoiling Terminator. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just going to roam around a little bit while I rant about the Terminator, since I didn't get to do it in the first episode. Okay, this is, yeah, dead end here. John Connor sends a man back in time to basically make sure Sarah Connor doesn't get killed by a Terminator. This man being Kyle Reese. Who, by the way, I mean, this isn't really relevant to the rant, but the entire time I was watching the movie, as far as I know, these two actors are not related, but the actor playing Kyle Reese, to me, looks uncannily like Sam Claflin, who plays, Finnick in the Hunger Games movies. People...
100 jellyfish to win this competition, Sonny.
Yeah, okay, I'm working on it, dude.
Oh, they're doubloons in the corral.
Oh! How did I not collect these?
2,500. I've always wanted one of these.
Oh, that's...
How did we not trigger that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Also, that didn't really do anything.
I guess it's just making you aware that it's probably the prize for winning the competition because he said you can get anything in the ring other than the snails.
Oh, and I bet I used that to corral them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, okay, we're figuring
That
this
makes
out.
sense.
We're figuring this game out. Little by little.
All we need is like
I think
40
I'm
more
halfway
jellyfish.
Yeah, I need 49 more. I'm halfway there. Looking good now. Never thought that I'd ever say we're halfway there. Looking back now, I mixed up the lyrics. Shit. Anyway, back to the Terminator. So I couldn't like watch the movie without thinking of Sam Claflin, even though that's not who it is. And to my knowledge, they're not related in any way. Anyway, so far so good. So both Kyle Reese and the Terminator, of course, being played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. This movie often regarded as his best work as an actor. Okay, not gonna be able to get that. So they both look in a phone book, and are looking for Sarah Connor. Now here's where it starts to fall apart, and they explain it later on in the movie, but it's very hand-wavy in my opinion. So Kyle Reese is able to find Sarah Connor almost immediately. Like, the right Sarah Connor. The Terminator, on the other hand, goes around killing two completely different girls named Sarah Connor. And of course, this is put all over the news, and this, raises worry for our main Sarah Connor. Because, oh no, there's someone going around killing a bunch of people named Sarah Connor. I could be next. In fact, I probably am, considering my name is third in the phone book of Sarah Connors. Because he's killing them alphabetically. Alphabetically for Sarah Connors. Anyway. Oh, I'm all the way back here. Okay.
No.
Well, might as well get the balloons, I guess. Oh! Well, I have to stay on to make that work, but yeah, that's... Okay, just lost all my... I guess I have to jump off? Whatever. There's probably more to... I'm not gonna waste my time with those.
What's that guy in the water's deal?
I'll check... later! Okay, now. Wait! Oh, no. I thought I hit... Oh, okay, that's game total. How have I only caught 10 jellyfish before this area? Didn't I have to catch 10 jellyfish?
You have to catch 8 jellyfish for the first area.
How have I only caught...
And then you got 1 extra in that area, and then the jellyfish with the ticket, and then I don't think you bothered catching any others because you didn't want to switch the costumes for it.
Jeez. Oh, man. Well... Okay. I'm gonna go back to the other areas.
In the area where you did have to catch 10 or something, it was wasps and bees, which technically aren't jellyfish, but again, it works the jellyfish total, I guess.
Yeah, that's...
That was just always 100% because there were no jellyfish, so...
That... What? Anyway, I'm not ranting about this game right now, I'm ranting about the Terminator. Or I'll rant about this game when I'm done. So... Yeah, the question then arises... How is Kyle Reese able to find the right Sarah Connor first try, but the Terminator takes 3 attempts to find the right Sarah Connor. And so Kyle Reese eventually gives an explanation for why the Terminator wasn't able to find the right Sarah Connor right away. And it is because all of Skynet's, like, Skynet has 0 record of Sarah Connor. Like, they don't have a photo of her, they don't have her address, they just know she's in LA.
Uh-huh.
Okay. How, though? How is that the only thing they know about Sarah Connor? How do they not have more information on the mother of the leader of the revolution?
Because it wasn't important until the revolution started, and by that point they would have destroyed all their records with the nuclear war.
Okay, furthermore, how does Kyle Reese find her on the first try? Well, that's because he just so happened to have in his possession the one photo in existence of Sarah Connor. The only... Keep in mind, 2029.
Uh-huh.
2029 is the year.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they couldn't have predicted how vast the internet would be at that time, but, like, I don't know. And not only did he have the only photo in existence of Sarah Connor, but that photo actually burned to a crisp before Kyle Reese traveled to the 80s. So there's that. So that's awfully convenient. My biggest problem with this film is everything is... It's just filled to the brim with conveniences. As far as progressing the plot. Like, it's really convenient that Kyle Reese is the only person to have a photo of Sarah Connor, and it's really convenient that that photo just happened to burn, but it's also very convenient that he committed it to memory because he's in love with her. And by the way, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but he turns out to be John Connor's father, which raises a lot more questions. Did he know that he was John Connor's father? And wouldn't that cause some sort of paradox? Because he's a man from 2029, and he's going back to the 80s to conceive his boss.
Yeah, bootstrap paradox.
Yeah. And
Okay, not technically a bootstrap paradox, just kind of like an inverse grandfather paradox.
Yeah. Well, because here's...
It's a Fry from Futurama paradox. There we go.
Because here's the thing. Kyle Reese... Like, John Connor did not choose Kyle Reese to go back in time. Kyle Reese volunteered. So, that seems to suggest that he knew, which is creepy when you think...
Well, it could have just been that no one knew, and he just did volunteer, and that just kind of happened.
Yeah,
And that it had to happen because of closed-loop time travel paradox.
I don't know. The other thing is that, oh gosh, really? Okay. Here's the other thing. Did John know? Like,
Well, doesn't Sarah Connor speculated about that at the end of the movie.
Yeah, the end of the movie seems to imply that she tells John. But also, like... Okay, there's so many issues I have with Kyle Reese being the father. I can't put all of them into words. Here's the other thing. More plot conveniences abound. When the Terminator finally, like, gets the right address, he gets there at the wrong time because he actually kills Sarah Connor's roommate and her boyfriend instead of killing Sarah Connor, because Sarah Connor's not there at the time.
Uh-huh.
She's out somewhere, and then, conveniently, as soon as he's done killing, but right before he's about to leave, the answering machine goes off, with Sarah Connor, in fear, telling her roommate where she is, because she is scared for her life and needs someone to come get her. And so the Terminator just happens to be around to hear that, conveniently. And then he also conveniently finds her phone and address book, which he later uses to track down her mother, kill her, and then impersonate her over the phone so that he can find out where Sarah Connor is. Like...
Okay. I don't see anything wrong with this.
It's just all way too convenient for my liking. And also, like, I get that this is the 80s, but, like... Like, that would not work by any stretch of the imagination today, because...
Well, yeah, it was the 80s.
Yeah, I know. It's more... That part's more of a nitpick, but, like, it just, like, everything... Every plot progression in this film comes down to convenience and coincidence. And then, like... God, there's... There's just, like... Also, okay, this has nothing to do with plot, but... I do want to address the effects in this movie. Some of them are really good for the time, for sure. There are some effects, however, that have aged like dog shit, and I can't imagine looked that good back then either. Because there's a part in the... So, like, the Terminator has a little tussle with our heroes, and ends up getting his eye injured. So he has to, like, cut out his human eye. And first of all, that scene's disgusting. Like, seeing him cut out his, like, human eye thing is disgusting. I get it, but, like, at the same time, it, like, I didn't like watching that. Second of all, when he does take out the eye and he has, like, his robot eye, the robot eye part of him looks good, but then the skin around him, I don't get why they couldn't have, like, prosthetic Arnold to accomplish this effect, but it is so obviously a fucking Arnold puppet. And I would be willing to excuse the effects not aging well if we didn't have Alien by this point, which uses amazing practical effects, and, like, The Thing comes out only 3 years later. And just... oh, God. Like, there are so many moments in this film where Arnold just doesn't look like a... he just doesn't look like Arnold. And it's weird, and weirdly, there's one scene near the end where the Terminator is chasing Sarah and Kyle Reese in a truck, and the effects, like, the quality of the effects is inconsistent within that scene, depending on the shot. There are some shots where he looks fine, and there are some shots where he looks horrible. And I don't get why, because, like, the difference is night and day, and I don't understand how it, like, looks just fine in some shots and terrible in others within the same fucking scene. Oh, but really, I mean, that mirror scene is the worst offender for sure, but, like, holy shit. Yeah, also, like, Sarah Connor is often hailed as, like, one of the greatest, like, female action sci-fi heroes. She does jack shit in this movie.
Well, yeah, because I believe it comes from Terminator 2.
Yeah, but she really, like, she doesn't do anything cool in this movie until the very end where she crushes the Terminator in that, like, trash compactor thing. Like, that's the one cool thing she does in this movie. Also, I should add, another convenience regarding that photo. At the very end, it's just taken by a random foreign kid at a gas station. Like, that's where the photo comes from.
Well, yet not all photos are, like, taken in significant.
Well, yeah, but
taken
just,
to be significant.
I expected it to be, like, some, like, oh, like, some amazing moment where that photo was taken. And no, it's just, like, some random kid who sells it to her for $4.
Well, I guess it makes sense then that the Sky wouldn't have access to the photo because it was completely unimportant, even in creation, until it was the last one left.
Well, yeah, okay, whatever. I guess I can excuse that little bit, but, like, there's also, like, okay, so I'm starting to think Back to the Future might be the only film to have a good depiction of time travel.
Well, you've seen.
Because, like, I don't know, the time travel rules in this one, I mean, it's not nearly as egregious as Avengers Endgame by any means, but...
What? Okay, how is the time travel rule in Avengers Endgame especially egregious, exactly?
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
No.
It makes no goddamn sense!
They literally explained the rules!
Yeah, but the rules are bullshit! The rules are such bullshit! Like,
What do you mean they're bullshit?
It means, like, the fact that, like, oh, like, okay. It just... Okay, maybe it's not... Maybe the explanation isn't bullshit. I just, like... They literally rewrite all, like, well-accepted, like, movie rules of time travel to suit the specific movie they're going for, and there's so many different ways that movie...
Most time travel movies do that to some extent or another.
Yeah, but, okay. I just feel like, and, like, this is something that, like, I'm not alone in this, like, the people of CinemaSins, when they did, like, their bonus Sincast, where they reviewed Endgame, they were very harsh on the time travel as well, because, like, with Avengers Endgame, it feels like there are so many, like, more sensical ways they could have gone about the plot and, like, having the Avengers be able to defeat Thanos, but they went with the most convoluted way to establish to like make the plot work so that they could get the most fan service.
Okay, I will agree to you that they made a very fan-servicing movie with that, but
I
it
get
was
that, like,
supposed to be...
yeah,
like, because, like...
it makes sense. I don't know. I guess, like, I'm probably harsher on it because I'm not as big of a fan as the MCU in general as most people are. So, like, I'm probably harsher on it than most people would be. Okay, I'm guessing this is the great white jellyfish.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. That looks right.
Yeah. Yeah, gee, could this giant white jellyfish be the great white jellyfish we have to ride?
Oh, no, that's the great red jellyfish's cousin.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, I see where this is going. Oh, God. This is gonna be... Oh. Board. Okay. Doing fine. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Oh!
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, damn it. Nope. Okay. Alright. This might take a few times. Anyway, so, yeah. Like, but, okay, so, like, the rules of time travel in Terminator, like, are a little more sensical than Avengers Endgame, but it does still have some issues. Like, there's...
Technically, the time travel in Endgame wasn't technically time travel, it was travel between parallel timelines, not...
Yeah.
Like, it's essentially like traveling to alternate universes, not traveling through time itself.
Yeah. But, the issue with Terminator is that, like, Kyle Reese specifically establishes, cause they come out of the, they come out of the time machine naked, completely naked. And the reason for that being is that the time machine won't let anything non-living through. So, and this is something CinemaSins points out in their Terminator videos. But, like, you're telling me that, like, just by that killed me? Serious? Okay. You're telling me that, like, just because they cover the robot in skin, it can get through. Even though it is absolutely not living. Like, and I'm a little, like, more lenient on that than CinemaSins is, but, like, still, it is a fair point. And also, like, what was the other issue? Oh, you can't go back. So, like, that's... I mean, that's not really an issue. That's just kind of, like... Shit. Like... So, like... So, okay, Kyle Reese absolutely had to have known that he was the father. Because why else would he basically give himself that death sentence?
Well, he's also volunteering... Okay, one, loyalty to resistance and
Fair.
humanity in general. Two, it is a death sentence, but for a while he's still living in a better time period.
Yeah, for a while, until he gets murdered by the Terminator.
As opposed to his current time period where
He's
he lives
going
in
to
a
get
shitty
murdered by a
existence and then
Terminator.
gets murdered by the Terminator.
Either way, he gets murdered by a Terminator. He just got
Yeah,
to
so you
have
may as
one
well
last
live in
bang.
actual civilization until you get murdered by the Terminator.
Yeah, by better situation mean he got to have sex with a woman.
Well, he didn't... Okay, in all fairness, when he volunteered, then he didn't know that he would die within, like, a week, necessarily.
Yeah, that's... Well, yeah. No, okay. If he knew he was the father, he would have had to have known he was going to die. With, like, in that time. Because, like... I don't know. Well, because the tape specific, like, in Sarah, now, we don't know if he specifically heard the tape that John heard, but, like, it does specifically say that, like, the one night they had together, they loved a lifetime's worth. So, like, John knew that Kyle was going to die, for sure. Like, John definitely knew. Where the fuck... I feel like I keep... Okay. Alright. Alright, attempt number 3? Is that only my third attempt? Jesus Christ. God, this is... Yeah, this is... Okay, here's another problem I really have with this game. There's a lot of moments that take a long time, and if you fail, you have to go through a lot of shit again. And, well, not a lot of shit, but, like, you had to, like, go through a whole ordeal again to, like, A, get to the part that you failed at, and B, get through the part that you succeeded at until the part you failed. Like, I'm, like, literally just, like, it's going under the same stuff, too. It's just going in circles! What is the point of this?
To be a challenge?
Again.
Well, no, to answer your question of what is the point of this, to be a challenge.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hit detection on that jellyfish is interesting. Both when it's just sitting there and when it's in the air. Interesting hit detection. Sorry. Oh, man. How was your day, Ben?
Well, I went running in 95-degree weather, so that was interesting.
By choice?
By choice.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get back, because during school I would run twice a week, so I'm trying to get back into that kind of a habit.
Okay, nice. Good for you.
But during school I ran, like, inside on a track, and now I'm running outside just on the street.
Yeah.
Which is which is worse, in my opinion. It's worse.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially in this weather.
Yeah, especially in this weather. But hey, it's still exercise, and exercise is important.
Yeah. Oh man. What's the point of it going in circles? Like, it's just going in circles. Oh no! Oh god, how do I... Okay, thank...
Well, it's going in circles so you can go back and keep getting on it.
Oh, that was genuinely
Presumably that
terrifying.
jellyfish is also a convenient way to access a bunch of these areas that you can only get to, as far as you can tell, by the jellyfish.
Oh, camera almost... Okay, legit, the camera almost pushed me off the jellyfish. Not even joking. Like, why? Can I get back on you? Oh, no. Nope. Oh, I can roll, apparently. If I do
I will say it is...
Why is it counting I didn't get on the jelly! Come the fuck... I mean, I guess that gives me a quicker route back to the great white jellyfish, but why did it do that? This game is broken at some parts, and why didn't it do it there? Huh? That's exactly what I did last time.
No, I was looking away.
Oh, this game is really testing my... Okay, come on. Come the fuck on. Jesus! Why? Why is it sometimes I can get on there, sometimes I can't? Sometimes I can't get on there even though it thinks I got on. And starts counting down, like, oh, you got on for a split second. Better get back on before the time runs out. Even though you weren't actually on it to begin with. Gee, what the fuck? This... Oh, it's giant white jellyfish. I thought it said great white jellyfish.
You know, I mean, I feel both work.
Yeah. I just thought it
because
was
if it was great white
shark.
jellyfish, then it'd be kind of a great white shark situation
Yeah,
where like
that's what I
they're
was
known for
thinking.
being massive. Also, great often refers to things that are like of noteworthy, of like good importance, and the big jellyfish generally are. Anyway.
Anyway. Alright. So. Let's run this great white jellyfish. Also, I also, I rewatched Despicable Me last night. You know, for podcast purposes. Oh, we're gonna have an interesting time figuring it. Now, I still need to watch Megamind, but like... Ooh, Gru's got a very good durability feat. No! No!
Oh!
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah?
I'll tell you when I'm comfortable turning off this PS2. If at any point you want to end my suffering and say that we'll put this LP on hold and you will play it in the future. Because I don't know how much well, okay. I will leave that decision up to you. Because I am not necessarily... I enjoy recording with you. I enjoy being on CoCom with you. I'm not enjoying this game. And I've got some other games that I could play that would probably, help keep me a little more sane. But like, I'm willing to stick this out till the end, provided we don't.
How long have we been recording for this episode?
That's a good question. Oh, hour and 4 minutes.
Okay, well, probably the end of the... Well, we'll end the episode here regardless. You know what? I'll put you out of your suffering.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So this LP is going to be put on hold. I might as well save it for you.
Yeah.
Because I won't make you play through what we've already played. We'll have to remind me to bring my memory card whenever we get in person to do this.
Sounds good.
Which, I mean, given that lockdown restrictions have been lifted, we could technically do that at some point. Like,
That's
in
a good point,
the
actually.
near future. So, yeah. Yeah, so this LP will be put on hold, guys. But it will return with Jacob playing. At least the thumbnails would look less weird with your with your Fred with a Luigi hat holding the controller than my Slurpuff Perch Perkins holding the controller, because it's not meant to hold the controller. That character is not meant to hold the controller.
Yeah, I guess. Well, next time on Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, instead of doing Revenge of Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, we'll be getting Revenge on Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, you had your fun game, but now get ready to be played by someone who's actually good at video games. See how you like that? Oh, God. But of course, Paper Mario is still going to be the priority as far as Jacob's LPs, and we'll find. We'll decide on another game for me to play in the meantime.
Actually, technically, since we could do screen share and ROMs, we could do Revenge of the Flying Dutchman GBA in the meantime.
You know,
still do Revenge of the Flying Dutchman as the series.
You know, that's compelling somewhat, but I feel like I have better options. Oh, there is Globs of Doom, but that also got bad reviews. Apparently. We'll figure it out. Peace.
Adios.